and students, welcome to our next video. Today we are going to start with chapter number 2. In chapter number 1 we have studied about nutrition in plants, as how plants take in their food, which are the different modes of nutrition. And our today's chapter is chapter number 2, nutrition in animals. In this we are going to see how animals take in different ways of taking food. Then the digestion in human beings, digestion in grass eating animals, and digestion in amoeba. So please open your textbooks.
Yummy! This food tastes so good.
Do you know what happens to the food when it goes inside your body?
No, but I want to know.
Yeah, sure. Our body has a huge network of various glands and organs which absorbs the essential nutrients from the food and discards the unimportant part.
This seems to be very interesting.
Are you interested to know more about this digestion mechanism?
Yes.
Students, today we will start a lesson, Nutrition in Animals, where you will come to know how our body digests the food we eat.
Nutritional requirement of animals. Food is necessary for survival of all living organisms, including animals. Animals need proper nutrition for growth and maintenance of their body, to perform daily activities, example eating, walking, etc., and to perform vital functions of body, that is digestion and breathing. So all living organisms include animals. We all require food as it is necessary for survival. Animal depends on plant and other animals for their nutritional requirement, and for the food what they depend on the plants and other animals. Now, modes of taking food. There are different modes of taking food. Ingestion. The intake of food is called ingestion. So what is ingestion? The intake wherein we take food inside our body, that is known as ingestion. Different organisms take food in various ways. So there is not only one process. There are different modes of taking food inside the body. First is chewing and swallowing, as we all do. Yes, we chew the food and then swallow it. Then second is direct swallowing. Third is by sucking. Fourth is by breathing, and fifth is by scraping. So there are the different modes of taking food. Scraping, that where it removes the stuck food material from ground surface. Example is ant. Then what is meant by breathing? That is swallows the liquid part and spit out the solid one. Example for this intake of food, that is snail. They intake this type of food. Then the starfish. Starfish feeds on animals covered by hard shells of calcium carbonate. So where this they feed on? They cover on the hard shells of the calcium carbonate. Starfish takes out its stomachs through its mouth to eat the soft animal inside the shell. So what it takes out its stomach, okay, through its with the help of its mouth to eat that soft animal which is inside the shell. The stomach then goes back into the body and the food is slowly digested. What is digestion? It is a process by which animals break down complex food substances into simpler ones. So what is digestion? Where this complex food substance which are broken down into the simpler one. Complex food substances can be absorbed by body and simpler substances can be easily absorbed by body. And products of digestion, which are carbohydrates, simple sugar, proteins released into amino acids, and fats into fatty acids and glycerol. Then digestion in human beings. Let us see how digestion takes place in human being. There is digestive system, alimentary canal, and digestive glands. Human digestive system consists of alimentary canal and digestive glands. Together, these are responsible for the digestion of food in the body, and this system is called as digestive system. Now let us see the alimentary canal. The food that we eat passes through a continuous canal which begins at the buccal cavity, that is mouth. We start eating our food in the mouth and ends into the anus. Food components gradually get digested as food travels through the various compartments. As we take the food into mouth and it goes inside, there are various compartments to which it has to travel. The canal can be divided into the buccal cavity, that is food pipe or esophagus, second that the stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and anus. These parts together form the alimentary canal. Okay, so this is the digestive tract where the alimentary canal. Let us see how the food is digested from buccal cavity, that is from mouth itself till the anus. What the process it takes place. Now the first, that is mouth and the buccal cavity. Food is taken into the body through the mouth, and the process of taking food into the body is called ingestion. So wherein we take process of taking food into the body, that is process is known as ingestion. We chew the food with our teeth and break it down the food into smaller pieces. When we eat food, we break down into smaller pieces with the help of teeth. Our mouth has the salivary glands which secrete saliva. Saliva breaks down starch into sugar. So what does saliva do? The starch which is present, it is broken into sugars. Tongue mixes saliva with the food during chewing and helps in swallowing food. And this partially digested food then passes to the esophagus. That is the second process. First we take into the mouth, there it is chewed properly into simple substances, okay, where the saliva breaks down the starch into sugars, and this is passed into the next, that is the esophagus, that is the food part. Teeth are the hardest substance in our body. They break down large food material into smaller pieces. There are 32 teeth in our healthy human body. The upper jaw and the lower jaw consist of 16 teeth each. In any jaw, we can find 4 different kinds of teeth. The 4 front teeth are incisor. They have sharp edge, help to cut and bite food such as apple. Incisors are present between 2 strong and pointed teeth called canine. They help in piercing and tearing the food such as meat, and there are 4 premolar teeth in each jaw. Each of them have 2 pointed elevations on the biting surface. These elevations are called cups, and so these teeth are also called bicupids. This is used by cutting the food repetitive opening and closing of the jaws called chewing. There are 6 molar teeth. Next, that is the food pipe. The swallowed food passes into the food pipe or esophagus. The food pipe runs along the neck and the chest. Food is pushed down by the movement of the wall of the food pipe. Actually, this movement takes place throughout the alimentary canal and pushes the food downwards. So here what happens? The food which is swallowed by the mouth, it enters into the food pipe. Okay, can you see the food, the esophagus, and lastly to the stomach. At times the food is not accepted by our stomach and is vomited out. So if the stomach does not accept the food, we vomit that food. The next, that is the stomach. The stomach is a thick walled bag. Its shape is like a flattened J, and it is the widest part of the alimentary canal. Can you see it like seen? It is like just J shape, and it is the widest part of the alimentary canal. It receives food from the food pipe at one ends and opens into the small intestine at the other end. Can you see esophagus? Yes, at the one end, and the last end, that is it's open into the small intestine. And the inner lining of the stomach secrete mucus, hydrochloric acid, and digestive juices. Then the small intestine. After the stomach, it passes to the small intestine. The small intestine is highly coiled and is about 7.5 meters long. So how long our small intestine is? 7.5 meters long. It receives secretion from the liver and the pancreas. Besides, it wall also secretes some juices. The liver is a reddish brown gland situated in the upper part of the abdomen on the right side. So the liver is reddish brown gland and which is situated in the upper part of the abdomen on the right side. It is the largest gland in the body. It secretes bile juice that is stored in a sac called a gallbladder. So where this bile juice is secreted, it is secreted in the gallbladder. The bile plays an important role in the digestion of fats, and this bile plays important role for digesting the fats which is present in the body. The absorbed substances are transported via the blood vessels to different organs of the body. So, the substance which are absorbed, how are they transported to different parts of the body? With the help of blood vessels, where they are used to build complex substances such as proteins required by the body. And this is known as assimilation. In the cells, glucose breakdowns with the help of oxygen into carbon dioxide. So, in cells, what happened? This glucose broke down with the help of oxygen into what? Carbon dioxide and water, and energy is released. And the food that remains undigested and unabsorbed enters into the large intestine. Finally, the food which is undigested, where it enters? Into the large intestine. Now, let us see large intestine. The large intestine is wider and shorter than small intestine. So, its length is 1.5 meter. So, this large intestine, it is shorter than small intestine. Its function is to absorb water and some salt from the undigested food material. So, what happens here? The undigested food which is enters into large intestine, here the function is to absorb water and some salts, okay, from that undigested food. And the remaining waste passes into the rectum and remains there as a semi-solid feces. And the fecal matter is removed through the anus from time to time. This is called egestion. So, where the fecal matter is removed from time to time through anus, that is known as egestion. That is digestion in grass-eating animals. Have you observed cows, buffaloes and other grass-eating animals chewing continuously even when they are not eating? Actually, they quickly swallow the grass and store it in a part of a stomach called rumen. So, where does this swallowed grass? It is stored in part called rumen. Here the food gets partially digested and is called curd. So, here the food is partially digested and it is known as curd. But later the curd returns to the mouth in a small lumps and the animals chews it. Again from curd it comes to the mouth. Then there it chews properly. Okay. This process is called rumination. And these animals are called ruminants. So what are these animals known as? Ruminants. The grass is rich in cellulose, a type of carbohydrate. In ruminants like cattle, deer, etc., bacteria present in rumen helps in digestion of cellulose. So, in this ruminant animals, what happened? The bacteria which is present in your rumen, okay, what it helps in the digestion of that cellulose. Many animals, including human, cannot digest this cellulose. So, it is the cellulose which is digested in animals only. Why? Because of the presence of that rumen. Now next, that is feeding and digestion in amoeba. Amoeba is a microscopic single cell organism drowned in pond water. Amoeba has a cell membrane, a rounded dense nucleus and many small bubble-like vacuoles in the cytoplasm. Amoeba constantly changes its shapes and position. It pushes out one or more finger-like projection called pseudopodia or false feet for movement and capture of food. So, with the help of this pseudopodia, what does it do? It captures its food. Gradually, the digested food is absorbed and the absorbed substances are used for growth, maintenance and multiplication. Can you see how it is multiplied? The undigested residue of the food is expelled outside by the vacuole. The vacuole which is present in amoeba, what it does? The undigested residue of the food is expelled out through that vacuole. And the basic process of digestion of food and release of energy is the same in all animals. Students, are you all clear with this chapter? Related to this chapter, I am going to send you all PDF file of question answers and the objectives, that is MCQs. So, you are going to write down that in your science notebook.